the expedition planning phase, the students have got together in teams to set themselves up to identify what areas they want to explore and find out more about, and then planning those data collection exercises. Micro-expedition and conducting phase, the students actually worked in their teams cooperatively to implement the plans that they made the week previously. They were taking observations, collecting data towards achieving the goal they set themselves. Once they collected the data, they got back to the classroom, continued working in teams, analysing data such as biodiversity data, looking at hotspots in the wetland systems where humans interfered, also collecting plastic data on plastic items, also identifying where they could have come from using mapping tools and so on. And then it came time to go on the main expedition, during which the students again worked in teams completely self-sufficiently to set up their camp, plan what they needed to bring, food items, stove and so on, and set themselves a plan for the collection of data.
Hello, this is Michael Sullivan here with the CCA Expedition Skills team on our end-of-year expedition in Taman Negara National Park in Malaysia, Johor. So come up this morning at 4 o'clock, had a very early start for them, and we now set up our camp, had a great time swimming, cooking our first lunch, and we're now heading off to some waterfalls. So about 2.5 hours walk up. Looks like it could start to rain, so we might have to turn around. But lots of learning experiences potential here. Let's see how the kids are getting on. Here they are. Everyone's running a little bit late today, so we're kind of running behind, and it might well rain, and also might run out of daylight. Let's see how it goes.
So right at the start of the walk, the students had to look at maps and decide for how far they wanted to go that day, what was possible, and decide that in the team. So right from the beginning of the walk, right from the start, it became evident that this nature reserve was obviously used as a form of ecotourism activity where visitors were led along walking trails equipped with ropes and for security and safety, which obviously interfered with the natural environment. So there was some interactions with humans and the nature reserve that the students had to observe. They were learning about the different stakeholders involved. So clearly stakeholders for the nature reserve involved not just the natural environment, but also the local people who lived there and lived off the tourism income, and also some of the Orang Asli native population in the region. So there's clearly some possibilities of conflicts of interest between all the different stakeholder groups, all making use of those common resources provided by the nature reserve, and the need for some form of management plan that took account of all of these interests. So as we were walking through the nature reserve, the students were able to observe their own interactions with nature, the observations they were making. Some of the students wanted to be in touch with the natural environment. So we had to follow some clear guidelines and rules and the importance to leave nature to its own, observe but not touch. That was very clear, and the students were able to see the importance that with multiple tourists visiting this park and increasing numbers, there could be increasing pressure on these natural resources as well. That same evening we went on a night walk, and that really gave the students an opportunity to seek out and learn more about themselves and their initial fears of the darkness and the very unusual sounds of the jungle, which became a completely different place at night, and the different creatures that came out, the reflections of eyes of spiders in the darkness, and they'd really learn about those fears and learn about the world beyond their experiences and see that this is just a beautiful world as well, and actually there's nothing really to be afraid of.
Climbing down.
I'm not supposed to put it in my phone.
What is that?
Well, I don't want to. I probably should.
So the following day we had a day of survival skills training, which was a fantastic guide from the local Orang Asli tribe, who took us through a lot of impressive skills that the students had never known about, making fire, creating things, just using your simple ingenuity, using nature and the things around you to create the things that you needed to survive. But it gives them an opportunity really to learn and discuss more about the impacts of deforestation and large palm oil plantation companies that destroy the livelihoods of the local Orang Asli tribes as well, and the way that they were impacted by these global commodities.
amazing adventure. Trust him. Water tubing down from the river. Absolutely amazing. Such a great end of year activity. Everybody's happy, everybody's pleased. We had such an amazing good time, good weather, and let's do it again next year. Good.
It's so great. It's water tubing. It's great.
The river has a really fast stream and you get to go all the way down.
It's really fun. It's so cool to just go down the slide. Really fun. Yeah, it's like great. Relaxing.
What's that? And you?
Guys are on camp until someone got connected to the gulag.
Yes. 2019 CCA Expedition Skills camp, base camp around us. Final day. I think we've had pretty much amazing time. The kids have been just applying all the skills that they've learned, had lots of variety of things, amazing guides. Just now we finished an amazing activity, water tubing down this river. Wild as, kids are still full of energy, I can't believe it. But today is the final day, so we're about to head out.
Beautiful.